Hey everyone, it's been a while since we've talked about a rally car, and this has been out by MiniGT for a long time. It's just that, other models are more important. But I do like rally cars, and so this is MiniGT number 533 of the Ford Puma Rally that debuted, and also won the 2022 Rally Monte Carlo, which is, I think, the preeminent race of the season. Okay, so TSM Models, the parent company. This actually has licensing by M Sport, which is the constructor of this vehicle. I guess that's the company that makes Ford rally cars. Okay. Looking at Wikipedia here, this thing replaced the Ford Fiesta WRC, and 2022 was its first year of competition, and so that first race it debuted at was the race it won, so that's a pretty good start. But it's only won two other races since, the 2023 rally in Sweden and also the rally in Chile of 2023, so I'm not sure what else is competing, what's winning. Maybe Hyundais are winning or something. Okay. Let's see, this thing has a 1.6 liter Ford EcoBoost engine, making 386 PS. And then this is a plug-in hybrid, so it has a 100 kilowatt motor, which according to the internet is like 130 plus horsepower. So this thing is making almost like somewhere in the 500 horsepower range, based on my poor mathematical skills. Alright, let's see here. Okay. It looks pretty nice. I mean, the wheels don't obviously look so good because they're shrunken 64 times. They can't have such thin spokes. Look at this crazy wing. That wing is so crazy looking. Alright. Top view here. I think that's enough time for you to pause the video and decide for yourself if it looks like those photographs. Being officially licensed, I would assume it's not too far off, but let's see. So you can obviously see this is a very gappy stance, and that's just the way the car is. I mean, this thing is meant to jump and fly, so it's got to absorb those impacts. It is a little odd, though. It looks like the front is actually higher up than the rear. Let's test that theory out. Might be an optical illusion with the colors, but yeah, for some reason I feel like it's actually pointed upwards, the front end of this car. What do you guys think? You have to decide for yourself. Maybe that's the way the real car is. I'm looking at it. No, it's not. It's not that way. It's supposed to be horizontal like this. Yeah, strange. Very strange. Let's look at this front wheel here. Let me get focus. So the P0 is the first thing I noticed, and the rounded sidewall looks pretty good. The printing is pretty concentric. It's running slicks. I guess this is maybe a dry race only. And I'd rather have slick tires than have crazy truck knobbies on the sides, which oddly this car can get away with knobby tires being a rally car, but it doesn't. So yeah, the spokes of these wheels are naturally quite thick compared to the photograph, and that's for durability, because a lot of people are asking to do this. Hi, I'm a toy. I'm trying to be a fancy Hot Wheels. But the sacrifice is you have to have durable wheels in order to do that. I would rather have a realistic model than something I play with. RC cars are pretty cheap. Just get an RC car if you want to play with your cars. You can actually drive it, right? I'm trying to see what is printed in the middle of this wheel. OZ, okay, so they're an Italian, I believe an Italian brand of wheel. Also there's a Ford there. I guess that's supposed to say racing right there. The lug nut details are okay. Alright, under this magnification, yeah, the wheel looks a little weird with those cutouts, but I guess that's probably intentional. I don't know, maybe it's not, but to the naked eye, you're really not going to see any of those imperfections. So, with that said, I'm going to back out again, just a little bit. Alright, there's a whole lot of crazy colors going on this thing. So, this yellow, this is distracting. I'm not sure. It looks like there's two yellows printed there, maybe. Trying to get this yellow and that yellow. Yellow has a hard time covering up diecast. That's not just a MiniGT problem, that's everyone's problem. Yellow is just not a good paint to cover up material. They didn't get enough of that yellow in that body panel, that's fine. Don't really expect them to. Oddly, there's no vent here. I'm looking at that rear photograph. There's no vent. It's just body panel there, so don't look for black there. It's not supposed to be there. I do like these rubbery mirrors that MiniGT has, so if it drops, it'll still probably be there. Looking at this Red Bull here, I think this is all tampo printed. I don't get a sense of any weird wrinkly material like that, like a decal would have. So that's fantastic. It all looks printed so far. So as long as the paint of this body stays good, the model should look nice. Although this paint is a little bit weird. What's going on here? I guess this, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Maybe this is the transition between the purple and the blue. It's very, I can literally feel the speckling here. We'll have to see what it looks like on the other side. I do feel like maybe this black could have had a sharper edge also. It's very mottled. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not. See, the black in here has a nice sharp edge. There's also a dimple for some reason. Okay, Castrol, all that stuff looks good. There's some black here for this vent, and that looks pretty nicely printed. It's nice that this has printing, not a decal on the windows. So again, paint Sebastian Loeb, I believe. He's got to get pretty old now. Okay, let's see. Lint, and I lost my pick. Guess we'll go around to the back. We got some red painted in there. Looks alright. I assume those are reflectors because these are the tail lights. And the tail lights, I think they're painted. I don't think they're clear plastic. But look at this. This is clear plastic. So they took a piece of clear plastic, painted silver, and the taillights on it. I don't know. Is that accurate to the real car? I do not know. It's interesting. Look at the rear photograph. It does kind of look that way. Interesting. Alright. Well, back here, all this looks printed, not decal. So this is really impressive. Because look at all the colors back here. They had to print this a bunch of times. And look at this really thin white, I don't know if this is like a map line or something. All these little white lines, like they look like trails or something on a map. And then again, you got this pixelation effect going on, and I kind of see that in the rear photograph, so maybe it's intentional what was going on there, just based on what's happening here, right? This pixelation of purple and blue. Interesting. There's nothing in the license plate area, but there's nothing there on the rear photograph of the real car. This tiny little exhaust here, it's round on the photograph though. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe they didn't know what the exhaust system was going to look like on the real car at the time they modeled this. But yeah, in that photo I see it's round, but maybe they made an update as well. On the real car, that is. Okay. No, see, this black is sharply done. So the other side is a little bit, yeah, that's just not enough paint. So this side is a lot better. The wheels, the tires look good again. All this looks pretty nice. It's quite a bit to look at. The door handle here is sticking up. Some sort of finger push. Rubbery mirror again. Alright, look at the headlights here. Yeah, you got this little white line running through. Is that text? Yeah, I guess that's text on purpose. I thought maybe it was a misprint. Does this say vision or something? I can't tell. And then within that headlight assembly, there's something back there. Yeah, I can see like light buckets right there. So that's pretty good. This is mostly hidden by these white lines that are printed on the outside surface. Okay. Little black here for these brake ducts. Looks okay. There's a very fine texture in the grille, and you can obviously see this is a separate inserted piece of plastic wobbling like that. But that means it's good color separation. And also the Ford printing looks pretty good as well. There's no texture here. It's probably just a straight vent on the real car. Alright. Pressure relief up here above the wheels is just flat black. Maybe on the real car it's just an opening. I think it is. So that makes sense. And then here again we have this pixel fading from purple to blue. And then the badge of the year looks good. 2 emergency cutoffs, interesting. Sparko. Well, yeah, this pixelation going up here now up to the A-pillar. The windscreen has tampo printing, it's not a decal. The wiper blades are molded in, raised, painted black. The blackout is painted on the outside surface. This bump here, yeah, it looks okay, although the gray didn't quite get enough around the edges there. But amazingly, this text did print there okay. Okay, that looks all good. And then again, more fading out of colors. A gray to a blue to a purple. It's quite a crazy paint job that MiniGT was able to pull off, actually. Pretty impressive. So the top of the wing, this is very nicely done. It's very smooth looking, and it's very legible. And even the back window has printing on it, so that's pretty cool. This crazy double-decker wing with side chairs. Alright, it's like the Lego double-decker sofa, right? And then the side plates also have multiple colors printed on them. Just looking over if there's anything I missed on the outside. This is amazing. There's so much stuff on this model, and it's all paint that I can see. They didn't take the easy way out, which I have seen on other models, like the Stratos they did had a decal on the rear windscreen, and if you see my review, I literally pick away at it. Here's still their continuing weirdness of this brand. They don't tell you what this car is. Where on this, it does say Puma there, it does say 2022, so I guess you could figure it out, but it would just be nice to have it molded in there telling you this is a Ford Puma. Strange that they don't do that. 2 screws, if you found a problem you might have a chance to fix it. This black chin lip is done alright, I guess it's part of this metal base. And yeah, again, it's a toy, I guess. Pretty nice toy though. Very well printed, very well done. I guess we gotta try to look inside of this thing. You can clearly see there's a roll cage going on. It's all in black. That's a really plain dashboard, but I'm sure that's just the way Ford designed it. Alright. Crossbars. The racing seats for sure, they're not regular street seats. So this interior is clearly designed to be a race interior. That steering wheel seems to have an instrument cluster on it. Maybe this is too bright. Darn, I went too far. Okay. Alright. Nope, not bright enough. Some ribbing there on the floor, I guess. That's the floor. Oh, the shifter and the e-brake. Look how tall they are. That's the way they are in rally cars, so it's closer to the steering wheel for response time. And that steering wheel I don't think is round. I think it might be flattened on the top. Very neat. You can't really see much of the rear, of course, with all that name printing on it. I don't think there's seats back there. I think it's a gutted interior, as it should be. I can't say I see anything like red, like a fire extinguisher bottle, or maybe a battery back there. Oh, but look at that. It's got a full spare wheel and tire back there with the printing or decal on it. So that's actually really impressive. Okay, I'm just still... Yeah, I guess that's it for the interior. This is really cool. Let's take a look at a few other rally cars that Ford did. So CMs is going to be a lot of them. This is the Sierra 4x4 from the 1992 season. CMs is a diecast brand that specialized in rally cars. But unfortunately, they're gone now. They don't exist anymore. So in 1994, Ford ran this RS Cosworth, and this is by Inno64. So this is a much pricier model, at least where I live. And you get better details as well for that. You get the display box, so that's a large part of the price. But you know, those auxiliary lights with all the clear lenses, very, very cool. And then all the printing / decals on that. The yellow on this is a decal. You see it cracked by the door. That's why decals are horrible. It does have a separate tow hook I can see, and it's got the yellow antenna, which might be why it comes in a plastic case. Actually, all NO64s come in a case. Okay, in 1997 we have this Ford Escort. You know, I'm gonna have to lose this. It takes up too much space. In 2001, Ford moved over to the Ford Focus. It's a smaller car, more nimble, I suppose. But cars grow, so the 2005 Focus is a little bit bigger. And then the 2006 Focus is even bigger than that, it seems. You know what? I'm going to put the foci all in the same progression here. Yeah. Get a top-down view here. Yeah, so it looks like these things grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And then this went back to smaller because it's, I guess, a smaller car, being the Puma. I think the Puma is like a crossover car. That's what Wikipedia said. I gotta say, very impressive MiniGT. If one were to nitpick, is just a little bit of black was missing there, but it really doesn't bother me. This car is plastered with so much color that it's even hard to even notice that flaw. Like, just look at this thing. Look at it. It's mind-boggling how much you're looking at right now with all these different colors fading into everything, and then having sponsorship on top of that. I'm also seeing there's some black boxes on the inside of the rear trunk. So, blue boxes, I mean. See? You might, well, you're not going to see it, but I can see some blue stuff back there. So, very cool. I'm not sure if I find this car very attractive, but that's not the fault of MiniGT. I guess the highlight of this is the crazy wing. That's a funky wing. So I'm going to have to look at some of the other rally cars that MiniGT has put out, and hopefully those will also be tampo printed. This is a fantastic carrying on where CM's left off. So sad that CM's is gone. You know, CM's have really colorful interiors, and they have antennae. They actually seem to have more detail than this, but can't go back in time, and you know, they're gone now. So MiniGT, you're gonna have to carry the torch on at this price level, and if you want to get a little extra detail, you go to NO64. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.